Hello everyone, so today's hair bow tutorial is an oldie but a goodie. This is one that I used to make all the time. It's one of my old favourites. It's really simple and I'm going to show you how to make this with no sewing whatsoever, so it's just freehand. To make this bow you will need your tape measure to measure out your ribbon. I've got this lovely baby blue ribbon which I'm using today in 4 centimetres or 1 centimetre wide. I've got a hair clip here which I've already lined with some matching ribbon. Lining your clip is optional, this is just something that I like to do, and I'm using a 45mm double pronged hair clip. You can add this to an elastic, a headband, anything that you like. I've got some thread here, a lighter, my Fiskars fabric scissors. These are brilliant for cutting out anything really, especially the chunky glitter, so you need a really good pair of scissors for this fabric. So these are what I use, and I've got this gorgeous rainbow sprinkle glitter, and I've got my hot glue gun here which is already warming up. You will also need a tail template to draw around on your glitter, and you can use any existing templates that you have, preferably one that is around the same width of your ribbon. As you can see, this one's slightly more narrower than my ribbon, but by the time I put the pinch in, it works out well. So this is from the Odyssey bow template kit, this particular one, and I got this from, I believe, Bow Templates UK. And the template you need roughly for the tails is around 4 inches in length, and as I said, around the same width as your ribbon, which is around 1.5 inch or 3.5 to 4 centimetres wide. So that is the size tail that you will need. Everything that I use in this video, all of the products, will be linked in the description below. So if you press on the title of the video, it will bring up the description so you can check out all of these products. So I've cut 3 pieces of ribbon, and all 3 pieces again are 1.5 inch wide or 4 centimetres wide, and all 3 pieces are cut to 20 centimetres in length or just under 8 inches in length, and that is 3 pieces. I've already heat sealed the ends of these 2. I will just show you on this piece. So it's important to heat seal all of the ends of your ribbon where you've cut it, and this will prevent any fraying and get rid of any existing frays. Taking one of your pieces to begin with, we're going to fold it in half to find the centre. So folding it in half and then using a little bit of heat from my lighter just to help to get a crease in there to mark that centre point. And then we're going to fold this into a circle or a loop. So overlapping both of the raw ends by around 0.5 centimetre, making sure they're straight and level. And then I'm just going to use my lighter just to melt the fibres in the ribbon, and then as they cool they will act as a glue to just hold the ribbon together while we're working on it. So as you can see, it's held together now enough to work on our bow. I'm going to do the same now with the other 2 pieces. So we've got our 3 pieces now with the centre marked and all joined into a loop. Next we're going to flatten this down so that the crease we've made meets up halfway with where these overlap. So bringing them together, lining them up so we know that they're nice and even. And now I'm going to pop a pinch in here by hand. So you can sew this in if you want by doing 6 stitches across the middle, but I'm going to show you this as a freehand hair bow. So to make our pinch in the middle, first of all, you want to fold the middle upwards to make that first peak. And then we're going to make another peak on this side. So bringing this side up and down, and then this side the same, up and then down. So as you can see, you've got that lovely triple pinch in there. You will get the same look with 6 stitches. Taking a piece of thread, so I'm just going to take my thread here. This is a strong thread. Again, I will link this in the description below. Just need a length of around sort of the same length as a ribbon really, around 20 centimetres. Don't worry about measuring it, you just need enough to wrap the centre. So keeping this pinched tightly, taking one end of my thread, leaving enough hanging like this. You need enough to be able to tie it off on the underside. And then you're going to bring it over the top, making sure it's central, so I can just see where I made that crease. So I'm going to wrap this around. I'm just going to lay it down on my desk to make it easier. Wrap that around the center a few times to hold it in place. And before I tie it off, again, I'm just going to make sure on this side that it's central. If it's not, you can slide it over slightly. And then once you're happy with it, taking those two ends, you can tie it off on the underside. And then once you've done that in a double knot, you can then trim off the excess thread. And this is what you've then got, this single tuck's bow with that lovely triple pinch in the middle. We're going to do the same now with a second piece. So now we've got two pieces now, and this is going to make the bottom of the bow. So what we're going to do next is join these two together to make like a double tuck's bow. So what I like to do is bend these two back in opposite directions so that we can join them together in the middle. Taking my hot glue gun, placing a little bit of glue in the middle and bringing those two halves together. So we've got a lovely double tuck's bow there now. So that's going to be like the base of the bow. So now we can set this piece aside, and taking our third and final piece, again we're going to bring this down to meet where we joined them, like that, making sure they're straight. But this time we're going to flip this upside down, and taking this piece here, which we melted and joined together, we're going to take that piece and we're going to flip it upside down, again lining it up with that crease so that we know it's even. So once you've got it looking like this and the join is in line with the crease, you can then flip it back over. So this is the top of your bow, and you can just mess around with them here just so that you've got an even point on either side, like that. And again, we're going to make our pinch in exactly the same way. So 3 pinches coming up in the middle to begin with, and then this right piece bringing it back down to form the second peak, and then bringing this piece up and then down to form the third peak, and then grabbing another piece of thread, the same again, to keep it secure in the middle. So you've got this lovely little sort of tuck's bow with these pointed ends now. Now we're going to make our glitter tail. So taking that lovely glitter fabric that I showed you earlier and my tail template, I'm going to draw around this onto my fabric. So here is my glitter tails now cut out, and now I'm going to cut another strip from this to wrap the centre of the bow. So I'm just going for a piece up here just to use up my fabrics. I'm just going to cut a straight line, and I'm cutting this around 6 centimeters in length by about 1 centimeter wide. I do this by eye. I have got some tail templates, but as it's just a straight strip, I'm quite confident that I can just cut this off by eye. Like that. So I'm going to set that aside. So now we've got all of our pieces cut, we're now ready to assemble our hair bow. So here we've already got our double tucks base bow. So on top of this we need to layer on the tails next. So taking my hot glue gun, I'm going to place some glue across that centre, and then I'm going to line it up centrally on that double tucks base bow. And then we're going to take our little pointed ended tucks bow, again placing a little bit of glue along that centre and lining it up on the top of that tail glitter fabric. And now we're going to add the clip to the bottom. So again, I've got my pre-lined 45mm double prong clip. I'm going to add some glue to the bottom and stick it under my bow. Sorry, I added the glue to the top and I'm sticking it to the bottom of the bow, I should have said. And then we're going to add the centre strip for the final touch. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just in the centre of that strip, and I'm going to go over the top of the bow first, just so I can make sure I cover up the thread. And then I'm bringing it round, and at the same time I'm making sure that I don't flatten that top bow, keeping the shape. That's only just long enough, look. I could have cut that a little bit longer, but because I've done it freehand, it came up slightly short, but we'll get away with that. So place some glue on one end, bringing it round under the clip. Actually, I would say it's probably just about the perfect length. And then popping glue on the other side, and again bringing it round over that clip. Yeah, look, it's perfect length. Couldn't have cut that any better. And then when you flip the bow over, you may just have to refluff up your bow. That's not too bad actually. And there you go. There is that finished oldie but a goodie, as I like to call it, style hair bow. I hope you enjoyed this simple tutorial today. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you press the bell button, that will turn on notifications. I'll be back again soon with another tutorial. Bye for now.